Good evening, everyone. Welcome to live episode of Coaching for the Soul. Welcome. Right now at home, we are coming in live from Decaf Coffee Republic, the home of certified life coaches here in the Philippines, and your coaching hub. To all the on-floor guests, magandang gabi po sa inyong lahat. Alright, so tonight we're gonna be talking about fatigue. Okay, fatigue. And how do you define fatigue? It's a feeling that something is not right. And I'm gonna illustrate to you right now immediately. Okay, so we're coming in a little bit late. So we have a lot of people on floor right now, and I spend a little more time, a little longer with them. And so let me dive immediately. Okay, what is fatigue and how do you understand fatigue if you are suffering from fatigue? Be it physical, be it mental. Okay, I'm gonna give you the acronym SHINE. Okay, shine. Okay, so shine. Okay, so this is something like you feel fatigue when you start feeling deficiency or lack of what? Letter S is sleep. All right. So, okay. So I'd like you to understand that right now. Okay. So if you know anyone, if you know a friend, if you know someone, tag them in the chat box. Let them know that we are talking about fatigue today. So if you don't know what fatigue is and you're thinking, do I suffer from fatigue? By the way, fatigue is a symptoms of something more. Okay, so fatigue is not a be and all. And for all of you who's joining me and coming in and you're meeting me for the first time, I am Master Coach A. I'm a professional certified life coach. I do business coaching as well, and I do advanced mental health. I'm a trauma-informed coach. But for tonight, we're talking about fatigue. Now, let me just be clear about this. I am not a medical professional. I am not a doctor, and anything that I'm going to be sharing with you today, tonight, does not in any way contradict, okay, whatever your medical professional will tell you. My role here is to bring clarity to what hinders you to come at peace between your inner self and your outer self. Oftentimes, there's something kind of not really working within ourselves because we're thinking, things are not right, but we cannot identify what is not right. And so, for the last couple of weeks, I'm diving into the conversations of what's happening inside of you, the things that oftentimes challenges, okay, the way you feel about yourself, challenges the condition of your soul, and you don't know what's going on. And for tonight, I'm gonna dive into fatigue. And I'm just talking to my on-floor guests, and I told them that, today in our generations, okay, we don't talk about fatigue and we don't even hear people say, I'm over fatigue. But in my time when I was younger, my parents would always say, I'm suffering from over fatigue, I'm experiencing over fatigue. Right now, you normally say, I'm stressed. Okay, so I'm gonna dive in, I'm gonna unpack what is fatigue for you, and I'm gonna share with you at least 12 ways, okay, to start recovering from fatigue without a help of a professional. Okay, I hope that's something that resonates with you, something that excites you, and something that you wanna invite your friends, your loved ones right now to join our conversations. Okay, I'm gonna go back to my main point. Okay, shine. Okay, number one, okay, if you are feeling any lack, okay, or over. Let me repeat that, lack of over. How many of you experience that you are sleeping for 12 hours and when you wake up, you feel tired? All right? How many of you have been sleeping for the longest hours and it feels like you're in bed, okay, for the longest times, but you're still feeling tired, okay? So something that is disrupted, something is not right, feeling right for you. Again, the qualifications here and the way we're describing is it's with you. It's you. We are empowering you to feel and to acknowledge how it is inside of you, okay? No medical thing, no looking at the internet. I just want you to just like be mindful right now. How do you feel about your sleep? Okay, do you feel that you have so much sleep or lack of sleep? And either way, you're feeling not well about the quality or the kind of sleep that you're having right now. And this is not happening just for a week or two, but it's prolonged. Or this is not happening because something happens in the family. For example, if you're grieving, you lost somebody, or a pet, okay, comes into the family and the pet have a behavior and you're adjusting with that and you cannot sleep. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about a pattern of sleep that you know and you can feel ain't right for you. Okay, not with your brother, not with your siblings, not with your relatives. It's with you. You know that ain't right for you. Okay, so sleep. Now, next is age. How many of you can guess what is age? Come on now. Okay, hormones. Yan. Okay? So, another thing that can cause fatigue, okay, to show up in your space is changes in hormones, or what we call, typically in women, hormonal imbalance. Okay? So, there are also a lot array of hormones changes, okay, that is not related to hormonal imbalance of a women, okay, even men. Okay, so men, you're not exempted. Okay, so there are also a lot of things and concerns that happens to your hormones that could probably be manifesting in your space right now as feeling of fatigue. Okay, letter I, okay, infections. Infections, okay, there could be an infections in your body right now, okay, that left untested, or maybe you have been going in and out of this kind of infections. You get better and you're okay, you get it again, you experience it again, and you just allow it. How many of you have that it's just like a cycle? It's just a cycle. Come on now. All right? And often, when you start feeling that and you go to a doctor, you have your consultations, you have your tests, almost always you will have the same results. Okay, you're having this again. Who's connecting with me? Okay, that's it. Okay, next, okay? So, first is sleep, second is hormones, next is infections, the next is nutrients. Nutrients. Okay, so deficiency or over of your nutrients. It can be over as well, okay? So some people would experience feeling of fatigue when they're taking a lot of vitamins. It's true. It's true. Yes? Okay. We have Master Coach Jasmine here on floor. Okay. She's from medical side. And that's true, right, Master Coach Jasmine? Many people would say nothing will happen to you if you take a lot of vitamins. It's always good for you. No, it's not true. It's not true. Okay? So you have to know what is the right amount of vitamins for you, and I would say what is the right vitamins to take. Because oftentimes we just go like a buffet and we take all the vitamins. Okay, how many of you have a house full of vitamins? Our house is. Okay, my husband is into health, and we got a lot of vitamins, a lot of supplements. And some people will just take all the supplements and they tell you nothing is wrong and you will not lose anything. It will give you beautiful skin, beautiful all of this. It's not right. All right. So next, okay, how many of you can guess the last part, which is letter E? How many of you? Exercise. Okay? Exercise. Okay? So, in any of these things, you lack or you overdo, you will experience fatigue. How many of you can connect with me? Okay, is this something that resonates? On floor guest, is this something that resonates with you now? Okay, so very simple. Okay, all of you right now watching, catching up, and joining us. Okay, if you want to see the causes and possible sources of your fatigue, okay, is gonna be shine. Okay, so you check for your sleep. You check your hormones, so definitely you cannot check hormones on your own. You have to consult a doctor. Go for infections, okay, which is you also need a doctor. Next is your nutrient deficiencies, and of course, your lack or over exercise, okay? So that's something helpful, and I know that is simple for you to carry on, to keep checking if you are experiencing symptoms of fatigue in whatever you are feeling right now. Okay? Good? Are we good? Okay. So how many of you here wants to recover from fatigue? Okay, you want to recover. Okay. So like trauma, okay, like for those of you who's asking, do we need to see a doctor? Do we need to see immediately a practitioner, medical practitioner when we start feeling this? I would say try this. Okay, I'm not saying this is like sure ball, but I would really ask you to try this first. Try this first, and if you don't feel any better, then definitely go seek your doctor. All right? So I'm gonna give you 12. Ready? Okay. Number one is very, very simple. Okay. Very simple. Open your minds to new ideas. Because sometimes you feel so tired of things that just keep running around the corner and happening all over again in your life, and you simply get so bored with it. And all you need is just a new idea. And how do you get new idea? Just be open. Because ideas comes in. How many of you would agree every second there's a lot of ideas coming to your mind? Even right now, you're here, you're watching, you're listening, there's a lot of ideas crossing, okay? But the thing is, we diffuse it or we reject it because we believe that we are too much. Like, I'm overwhelmed. I have a lot of things. My plate is full. How many of you can connect with me? Ang dami ko nang ginagawa. That one cannot fit anymore. So what if what is in your plate right now needs some recalibration? What if what in your plate right now needs some, trendy combination, and you need a new idea, but you keep rejecting the idea? How's that? Probably so why don't you just try one, even one, just one, and for all you know, that one idea that you try to just like say yes, okay? Just try to say yes, okay? Yes to new ideas, yes to new thoughts. It's okay. Just try. Okay? So you will start feeling that when you say yes and you permit yourself to new ideas, something will immediately change the way you look at things. Make sense? Number 2. Okay. Try for a day. This one is effective, by the way. Try even for a day, but if you can do it 2 days, 3 days, why not? But try even 1 day a week. Okay? Try 1 day a week, okay, to say anything is possible. Okay? Anything is possible. It means that on one particular day, you are telling yourself, you are telling your system, you're telling your mind, today could be the end of all my misery. Or today could be my breakthrough. Today could be something that, I'm waiting for a surprise, and the surprise will come today. So just like have it 1 day. Okay? So you can say, this is my free day, vacation from perfection. Okay? So, and you say, anything is possible. Now, be careful. Because when you say anything is possible, well, sometimes not so good things will also possibly happen. But when you say anything is possible and not so good things happen to you, you'll be okay. Because your mind is prepared. Good? So, imagine yourself, you're already experiencing fatigue. And if you don't have this particular day that you allow your brain to be ready, the more that you feel bad. The more you feel bad. Make sense? Am I making sense here? Connecting? Okay, if you're joining me online, let me know in the chat box and say connecting. So you have 10 more, okay? So I'm believing that towards the latter part, when we finish the 12, you're feeling better, okay? Number 3. Okay, number 3, release. Just like release your fears. Okay, so Coach Orville here is smiling. Okay, you want to talk about fears? Talk to Coach Orville. Okay, not to me. Okay, talk to him. Okay, talk to him. Okay, responses to fears. Okay, look for his TikTok, by the way. Okay, so here's the thing. Yeah, got a TikTok. When you say release your fears, okay, do you mean like facing your trauma, facing your phobias, whatever? I am only simply telling you, simply release it. What does it mean? Acknowledge. Just acknowledge. I'm scared. I'm fearful. I'm not comfortable about these things. Because oftentimes what aggravates your feeling of fatigue or the symptoms of fatigue in your life is you're trying to keep all these things by yourself. Who's connecting with me? Yeah. And you have all these ideas. Oh, if they know that I'm scared, I will be belittled, or they will feel that I'm not supposed to be the boss because I'm scared. Trust me. I tell this to my directors. I'm saying I'm scared. Yeah, I'll say I'm scared. I think to master coaches, I would say this one scares me. This one I'm not comfortable. And when you release that, okay, you're signaling. Here's what happens to your brain. You're signaling to your mind, it's okay. It's okay. Okay, so sometimes our fears just needs to be acknowledged. And the more that you deny your fear, the more it persists. Why? Anong sabi? What you resist? Persists. Absolutely. Okay. Number 4. Okay. So, if you are already having this feeling, you are already experiencing this, and you know you're suffering from pain. Okay. So, number 4. Be patient. Be patient. Truth of the matter, your impatience is the one aggravating your situation and condition. And I'm gonna put a little segue on this. Allow me to do this, okay? If you have a family member suffering from any mental challenges, whether they are clinically diagnosed or not, okay, but they know and you know that something is not right in their mental state. Let me just tell you, one of the best way to help them is for you to be patient. Be patient, okay? Because oftentimes we're not patient with the way progress is happening. We are not respecting the healing process. And what's not helping is when you keep asking, kailan ka gagaling? Hindi pa ba matatapos? Sounds familiar? Masama na naman ang pakiramdam mo, umaarte ka lang. Okay, these are common words, and I tell you, this ain't helping. This ain't helping. Or if you ask a doctor and say, so ilang buwan? How long? Gaano pa katagal? That's not gonna help. Okay? And I've talked, I've worked, I've been in partnership with a lot of people who's been going through mental challenges in their lives, and I tell you the truth. Everyone who's going through a medical situation and condition wants to get better. Between you and them, these people wants to get better. So between you and them, they have the highest interest to get better. So who wants to fasten the seatbelt and get the results immediately? It's them. But healing takes time. So be patient. Okay? Number 5. Commit to yourself. Before you commit to anyone else, before you commit to any work, before you commit to any routines, commit to yourself. And what does it mean? Commit that you will say yes to yourself, you will say yes to your healing, you will say yes to taking care of yourself, and the most important thing, you will commit to love yourself above all else, next to God. Because many people who go through and experience fatigue and symptoms of fatigue is because they have given so much love, they have so much affection, they have so much to give except for themselves. Who's connecting? Okay? So, if you're connecting and you have something to add to our conversations, and if you are an online viewer right now, you can put a word in the chat box so other people will also be blessed with your sharing. Okay? On my number 6. Okay, this will sound a little bit cheesy, but this is true. Okay, on my number 6 is find and accept your purpose. Okay, did you hear that? I added accept. Because many people knows their purpose, but they're in denial and not accepting it. They run away and they reject it and they say, para na lang sa kanila yan, not for me. That's the reason why you have to commit to yourself and loving yourself first. Because when you love yourself, we can also say yes to the things that you know is for you. Yes? Who's connecting to all the people nodding their heads? Okay? So maybe now you know why you don't feel good. Yeah? Okay, it's here. Anything that's happening between your 2 ears is aggravating your condition. Yeah? Connecting? So, find your purpose. And I would say, most of the time we know our purpose. And the reason why we're stressed, the reason why experiencing this fatigue, because we keep doing things that we know ain't our purpose. Who's connecting? You're stretching yourself too much. You're being burned. Literally, you feel burned. Okay? And you're being consumed simply because you keep staying and you keep pressing for something you know ain't your purpose. you know. Okay? And oftentimes I would say it's even a better state when you don't know and you're still in the state of searching. You're still in the state of finding it. Okay? That's even better. The turmoil happens when you know. You know, and you don't want to obey. You know, but you're running away. And that's what we experience here, okay? I've been a professional life coach for almost 4 years now. I'm turning 4 years by August, so a few weeks away. And I've talked to countless of people, and under my belt, I have certified over 300 life coaches. And most of the coaches, when they encounter themselves and their purpose, they run away. And they're gone. They're gone. The very reason why they get certified, they want to go in the profession because they know their calling, they know their purpose, and guess what? Then when they find their purpose, they run away because they say, I want to stay in my comfort zone. I don't want to move. And that's where the turmoil begins. And that's where, like, I don't like the fitting. Am I making sense here? Awesome. Do you love this talk? Let me know in the chat box, and be sure that you're going to be sharing your hashtag Pack My Bag moment so you can be a blessing to many people, okay? So, come on now. There's a lot of hashtag Pack My Bag moment. Yeah, you have to find and accept your purpose. Don't just say, oh, this is my purpose, and I'm gone. Yeah. Don't run away. It will create so much turmoil for you, and it's not really good for your mental health. And if you are connecting and you know some people who are suffering from fatigue, stress, anxiety, and burnout, maybe, just maybe, you may want to circle it and share this link to them so that that person gets to start, maybe I'm running away from something. Is that you? Is that you? Okay. It's okay if you don't want to say, but at least I want you to reflect on it after my conversations with you. Next, on my number 7. Kaya pa? Okay. Number 7 is here, okay? When you start feeling something is not right, okay? So whether, of course, you have not seen a doctor, but when you check your shine, you know something is not right. Here's what I'm gonna tell you works really well for many people. Keep your determination and persistence on high. Like, be determined. Don't let go of it. Whatever it is that you're holding today, oftentimes when we start feeling something is not right with our mental state or when our physical body or your physical state, we say, oh, maybe I'm not capable of doing it. How many of you can connect? Or maybe this something is not for me. This thing is not for me. I have to let go of it. You let go of your determination over things. When you start feeling not okay, even more, be determined. And keep persisting. Keep persisting. And there's a myth. It's a myth, okay, that they say when you persist and you're mentally challenged, it's gonna like deteriorate even more your mental state. That's a myth. That's not true. There's no empirical results on that. Quite the opposite. Even somebody who's diagnosed of multiple mental state or condition, when they are persistent and they're determined to get something, they get better. Hold to it. Hold to it. Even if it's just like super duper 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 impossible. I don't care. If you still believe you can go to Mars, guess what? You can. All right? So if you still believe that you can build Noah's Ark again, believe in it. Don't let go of that. Even if people tells you you're so insane to believe in that, just hold to that. Trust me, you get better. You get better. There is no study that tells and shows that when you are persistent and determined, your mental health will deteriorate. No. Go Google, and if you find one, let me know. But honestly, I haven't found any. I haven't found. What would happen, what would make you deteriorate is if you are determined and persistent and you're pushing the wall for something that you cannot do at the moment. What does it mean? Imagine you are sick. Imagine you are going through rehabilitation and you are doing things that at that moment you are not capable. Hindi pa pwede. Timing is important. So what I'm saying here, determination and persistence is something inner to you, in your core. Making sense? Number 8. Okay. Be open. Be open to a journey. Be open to a journey. Be open to something that you will embark on. Then again, many people would say, can't you see I'm burned out? Can't you see I'm stressed? Can't you see I'm suffering mentally? Can I go on a journey? Yes, you can. Believe me, there are a lot of people who comes into life coaching, they get better. Okay? So some people would say, let me get my mental fitness well before I get into your course. Quite the opposite. Get into the course. Trust me, you get better. You get better. Because you get to understand what's happening inside of you. You get to understand what's happening here. You get to understand what's happening here. And you get to understand that maybe, just maybe, because you haven't gotten yourself into the equation. Maybe everything in your life today is about all other people except you. And in life coaching, you get to finally realize that if you are not part of the equation, definitely you're not going to grow, you're not going to get your potential, and you're not going to be the best version of what God have created you to be. You are created with a purpose. You are created for a design. You are created for something greater. And you cannot get that. You cannot get that if over and over and over and over again, you get to the drama, you get to the mental state, you get to like feeling less of who you are. Okay? So be open to a journey. Be open to a journey and never say, I'm not ready. Truth of the matter, we are always ready. I'm sure when you're hungry, you don't say, I'm not ready to eat. Guess what? Same thing. When something ain't right for us, we are always ready for something that will make us feel better and get us to the next step. And being open to a new journey would always do you good. Next, on number 9. Ready? Oftentimes, clients will say this is the hardest. They will say this is the hardest. The 9th would be the hardest for many people. Accepting yourself. Why it's hard? Because accepting yourself would also tantamount to forgiving yourself. Often, we encounter people when they are already in a state of fatigue, especially those on chronic fatigue. They blame themselves. Why they get to this particular situation in their lives. They despise the situation. They despise everyone else. But more than enough, themselves. Ako kasi. Kasalanan ko to lahat. How many of you knows people like that? Hindi ikaw yon, sila. Si Day. Yeah? Sinisi talaga lahat ng tao pero ang pinakamalaking sisi, themselves. Because, truth of the matter, it's true. It's true. Nothing happens to our lives without our permission. We permitted it. The toxic people in your lives, you permitted it. The not so good things happening in your life, you permitted it. Maybe you allowed yourself to be in the wrong place at the wrong time with the wrong people. And you would say you don't have a choice. You have a choice. But oftentimes, we don't want to make a choice because our choices can hurt other people. And we say, ako na lang ang masaktan, wag sila. Who's connecting? Yeah, who's connecting? Yeah? So if you want to get better, accept. Accept yourself, and that's the hardest because you have to forgive your participation of where you are today. Number 10 comes easy if you did number 9. Okay, so it's a prerequisite somehow because number 10 is release the past. And that's harder than releasing your fears. Okay? Why do you need to release the past? When I say release the past, I'm not talking about reprogramming your mind and forgetting the past. I'm not saying that. I'm not saying, okay, go on hypnosis and, that didn't happen. I'm not talking about that. What I'm saying is, release the past so that it never hinders you to move forward to the future. Release it because it ain't gonna do any right to your space right now. Past is past. Okay? How do you release the past? I have a technique for that. Very simple. I would say thank you. Thank you for the past. And I'm making the decision to release it right now. It means that it will follow. Because I said I am making the decision. Maybe it ain't true at the moment. But I would say thank you for that. Thank you for the experience. Thank you for the face of this person. Thank you for the love. Thank you for the relationship. Thank you for the cup of coffee. Thank you for the stories. But I'm making a decision today to release this person, to release this moment. to release this experience, to release this event. I am making a decision. And eventually you start feeling it's out. It's out. Okay? Ready? Ready to release? Yes. And now you're being quiet. Okay? I have two more. So I need your voice. Come on. Woo! Okay, so, yes? Yeah, I'm thinking. Okay, the energy is going down. Okay. Number 11 is actually the very reason why I do coaching for the soul. Okay? Your mind, your body, your heart must be in together. How many times you find yourself drifting? Your mind wants to do something, your heart is somewhere else, and the worst is your body is in another state. 3, mind, heart, body. Before, you would always say it's a battle between the heart and the mind. Am I correct? Truth of the matter, today, it's 3. Your mind is somewhere else, your heart is somewhere else, and your body is in another state. Come on now, who's connecting with me? Tatlo na po yan. Iba ginagawa. Iba nasa isip, iba nasa puso. I'll give you a picture. What's in your heart is your advocacy, your passion. What's in your mind is how to make money. What's in your body is what slave you. Maybe a relationship. Maybe a commitment that you cannot let go. Or maybe you have said to the boss, I will not resign until you're still here. Coterminus. Yes? Am I connecting? That's why when I work people, I circle around my works in coaching in 3 I's. 1 is impact. Okay? Create impact by, have an impact by creating so much value. So regardless of where I am, I just focus on you creating so much value. And when you start getting that feeling that you are creating impact in your space, trust me, you feel better. Yeah? Next, my next I is income. And I'm not talking about income from any business or what. I'm talking about income from your passion, income from your talent. And you'll never run dry. Many people are getting so tired about their work. They're getting so tired about their business because truth of the matter, what they are so good at, they're not able to do. Yeah. When you're able to do what you're so good at, you're able to multiply the hours of your time. It's a myth that when you do your passion, that you do your talent, it's a waste of time. That's not true. Let's work together. I'm going to prove you that when you're able to do what you are passionate about, that when you're able to do your talent, you're going to not just make money, but you are able to multiply the hours of your work time because you are inspired, because you are invigorated, because you are empowered, and you know that you are able to create something that not a lot of people can do because it's your talent. Am I making sense? Yes. Okay. Number 12. Okay, if you're able to do 1 to 11, you're supposed to be able to do number 12. And what is number 12? Let go. Let go of everything ain't working. Let go of everything toxic. Let go of everything not supporting your goal. Let go of everything that drains you. Let go that everything makes you feel tired. Let go. Forget about sentimental value. How many of you keeps that sentimental value principle even to toxic relationship? Oh, we've been together for 20 years. I don't want to let go. That's killing you, hey. Come on now. Well, I'm not talking about husband and wives to separate. I didn't say that. Come on now. I didn't say that. I'm not promoting separations or divorce, please. All right? So just for the record, all I'm saying, okay, if it's in your capacity and decision, we have couple coach in the on floor, okay? Just so, okay. So, what I'm saying, okay, you are in a position to let go. Who knows what to let go? Only you. Only you. Do I give you a list? Of course, I can give you a list. But truth of the matter, you know perfectly what would be the list to let go, who are to let go. And here's a technique. I got this from the church, okay? Yes, I used to go to church, okay? Now no more, but I used to, okay, for a decade. So, here's what I learned from a pastor. if you are having a difficulty, and it worked for me, okay? But I'm not sure if it's gonna work with you, but it worked with me. If you cannot let go now, what you can do is park. Park. P-A-R-K. Park. So park that relationship. So you know what would happen? Okay, you're still part of my life, but that's part. Part, part, part. Okay? Why do we do this 1 to 12? Because we want to get better. We want to take care of your mental health. We want to take care of your fatigue. We want to take care of what's happening right now in yourself. Because when you get better after doing this 12, then you can go back again and take care of your business. You can take care of your family. You can take care of your everything else that you want to include in your life. And you get fatigue again, you go back to number 12 again. Okay, no. Here's what you're going to do. If all else fails after all the 12, then you have to see a medical practitioner. You have to do it. Okay? Do you get to see a doctor? You get to see a psychiatrist, a therapist, a psychologist, or a coach. It's up to you. All I want you to do is get support because you need support. Okay? Yes? When everything else fails, when everything ain't working, I want you to just make sure that you will get, okay, you will get support. Now, I'm gonna give you like also an opportunity, okay? I want you to learn also how to gauge. Remember that shine, okay? So I want you to just put some gauging there, okay? Let's talk about the sleep, okay? I'm gonna give you just an additional bonus. All right, is it okay? Yeah. Okay. Rate your fatigue or rate how do you feel about your sleep. This is a bonus, okay? Yeah. So 10, on a scale of 1 to 10, what is 1? Can't go out, can't get out of bed. Okay, can't get out of bed. It means you're still in bed. You're awake but you're still in bed. Sana all. Okay. Number 2, okay, your score is 2 over 10. Can get out of the bed and walk around the house a little. Ay, pero konti lang. Alam mo yung toothbrush, CR, water, a little. Just a little. Okay. 3 over 10, you're out of bed, definitely. You can take care of your basic needs. Okay? You can dress yourself. Many people who are experiencing chronic fatigue cannot even dress themselves. So you are already at 3, okay? 3 over 10 if you can dress yourself. So did you get to dress yourselves? You're good. You're good. Yes, you look good now. Yeah, you can dress yourself. Number 1, you can get out. 1 over 10, you can get out of bed, master. Number 2 over 10 is you can get out of bed and you can move around the house a little. Now, on 3 over 10 is you're able to take care of your basic needs and you're able to dress yourself alone. You're on your own, okay? 4 over 10, obviously you can get out of bed, go around. And this one, you can take care of a more advanced needs at home. Ha? Medyo advanced na. Ano yung advanced? You can cook. See, you're my client. You can cook. Yeah, you can prepare your food. You can pay bills, okay? And you have enough energy to leave home. It means you can get out of your home. So you're already at 4 over 10. Okay? Okay, this is how you scale your fatigue. Okay? 5 over 10. Able to get out of the house. Like, you're good. But not much else to do. Like, yeah, I can get out, but I don't know what to do outside. You know that feeling? You know you can get out, but thinking of going out, you cannot fathom, what would I do outside? That's why you stay at home. 6 over 10, you're able to get out of the house and you have energy throughout the day with few crashes. It means that, you can still crash and you still want to, how many of you here experience you're out and at a certain point, nothing happens, you just want to sit down on the side and you don't want to move. You encounter that? Yeah, connecting. And you sometimes you can think, I just arrived in the mall, but you don't want to move. The next, how many of you experience here? You went out, you get to the mall, and the next thing that you want to look for is a table and a chair. Yes, and eat, and that's it. And then after that, I want to go home. I'm connecting. See, I know. Connecting, am I correct? See, that just like you want to go out and you have something in mind, you have a place, and when you get to the place, the first thing you're looking for is the chair and a table and a drink. And after that, you're done. Yeah. At least you're 6/10. Yeah. Okay, let's move to the 7/10. Yeah, exactly. Same. You're also connecting, Master. You're still in the car. I do that also. Just here, I did the area, but I'm here. Yeah. I did my report, but I'm in the car. Yeah. Or you're about to get out of your car and the next thing that you want to do is to be back in the car. 7/10. Okay. You're on the range. Able to get out of the house with mostly sustained energy throughout the day. And here's the good thing. You can now exercise a little bit. A little bit. Konti lang. You can exercise. Maybe you can do some treadmill, some push-up, or you can walk. And like you literally, this is for exercise. Not just, few steps and say, naglakad na ako ah. That's not what I mean. If you are 7/10, you know that you can walk. And you can make a decision for that. Okay? And here's the thing. When you're already on a 7/10, it means that even if you crash, even if you feel, you are in control and you don't beat yourself anymore. Less beating of yourself. 8/10, you can definitely, sustain your energy throughout the day. You're not collapsing, okay? You can do moderate exercise. And if you ever feel crashing, you know exactly that you need to stop, you need to drink, you can do other things. You're already on 8. On number 9, 9/10, you have a sustained energy. Okay, you are able to do intensive exercise, and you're able to recover your good sleep. And when I say good sleep, quality sleep, then when you wake up, you know that you have truly rested. So I hope it helped. Okay, so again, there are other ways to validate, there are other ways to feel, but I don't want you to feel stressed just believing that you cannot do anything. There's always something that you can do, even if you are not ready yet to take medical or professional care and support. Now, what I want you to understand is, when it comes to mental health, nothing remains status quo. Nothing. It would always aggravate. It would always progress. So, be it substance, be it addiction, be it your fatigue, be it your stress, be it your anxiety, left on its own, doing nothing, it would always progress. Okay? It would always progress. So, we respect your readiness when you are ready to get medical support, medical professional help. But the thing that I'm doing every Thursday, especially if I talk about mental health, is so that you know there are things that you can do on your own, even without somebody pushing you against the wall. Because if you are taking care of someone who's suffering, let me also tell you that pushing them, pressuring them to do something about their condition ain't gonna help them. It will even aggravate their condition. Please listen to me. As long as they can hear, as long as they can hear, it will resonate. Oftentimes you say they don't listen. Oftentimes you say they won't follow. Let me tell you, they can hear, they want. It's just that a lot of things happening in their mind. A lot of physical condition is hindering them, but they can hear. So when you're able to say what you have to say, when you're able to deliver your message, please leave them alone. Leave them alone. Give them space. Okay? If you are thinking they're gonna harm themselves, trust me. People who harm themselves, not because they want to kill themselves, oftentimes because they want to release the pain. if you truly want to help people who's suffering, be there and ask them, what kind of help, what kind of support do they need? Don't press yourself. Don't drag them to a practitioner. Don't drag them to Decaf Coffee Republic, but you can let them know that we do exist. When you send people to our space and they're not ready to talk, it's okay. The very reason why we have this hub like a coffee shop is because we want them to make them comfortable. We want them to know that they have a space where they can themselves. If they want to just face the wall, face the mirror, face the table, it's okay. And that's real. It's not a joke. Some people would come here and they just want to face the table, like just really the table. No person, just the table. And it's okay. Yeah. Some people would come here and they cannot even speak. When they order, they just choose. They just point. And it's okay. All I ask you, if you care for someone who's suffering, don't keep us a secret. Let them know that Decaf Coffee Republic exists. We are located inside Pioneer Center along Pioneer Road, corner Brixton and United Streets, Capitolio, Pasig City, 0917-586-1661. It's a 24/7 number, by the way, but in case it will not ring or nobody picks you up, well, of course, Coach Rizal do slip. Okay, you can message Master Coach A. You can look for Adet Porto in the Facebook. All right, let me know if you need help. You're welcome here at home. This is your home. This is your coaching hub. This is a place when you can start saying mental fitness first. This is Master Coach A. I'll see you again next Thursday for Coaching for the Soul. Bye-bye. Have a great weekend.